The sky was a blanket of deep gray as the council gathered in solemn silence. Each representative from the Interstellar Alliance stood in their designated places. The chamber was vast. Its walls shimmered faintly with the glow of technological marvels that had taken centuries to perfect. The air was heavy with anticipation. All eyes were fixed on the center of the room where a holographic image of Earth slowly rotated. It was beautiful. Blue oceans, green forests, a living planet that had been the cradle of humanity. For centuries, humanity had been the backbone of the Interstellar Alliance. Their creativity and resilience had elevated them to a position of respect among the stars. But now something was wrong. The last transmission from Earth had arrived 3 days ago. It was a short message, barely comprehensible. Just one sentence. It is silent here now. Then nothing. No signals. No responses. No life signs detected. From orbit. The Council had convened immediately. This was unprecedented. No member planet of the Alliance had ever gone silent without warning. Ambassador Kareth of the Allarans spoke first. His voice was steady. His pale blue skin glowed faintly under the chamber lights. We must send an investigative team to Earth. We owe them that much. The humans have been our allies for generations. If there is a chance they need help, we must act. The other representatives nodded in agreement, but there was unease in the room. The silence from Earth was unnatural, eerie. No natural disaster could completely wipe out communications in such a way. The representative of the Xylar Collective spoke next. Her voice was a series of harmonics, beautiful and unsettling. We must consider the possibility that this is not a natural event. Earth has many enemies. It is possible that they were attacked. If so, we must be prepared for the worst. The room fell silent again. Each representative weighed the implications. If Earth had been attacked, it could mean war. A war that the Alliance might not be ready for. Finally, Supreme Speaker Velian rose from his seat. His presence commanded attention. He was a towering figure with a deep voice that resonated through the chamber. We will send a team. They will investigate and report back. We must know the truth. The fate of Earth cannot remain a mystery. He paused, looking around the room. Let us be clear. This mission will be dangerous. Those who volunteer must understand the risks. The chamber agreed, and so the mission was set into motion. A small team was assembled, comprised of experts from across the Alliance. There was an Allaran scientist, a Xylar engineer, a human diplomat, who had been off-world during the silence, and a security officer from the Tynar species. Their ship was equipped with the best technology the Alliance had to offer. It would take them a week to reach Earth. The journey was tense. The silence of Earth loomed over them like a shadow. They reviewed data, scanned for signals, but nothing changed. Earth remained silent when they finally arrived. The sight of Earth was both familiar and strange. The planet looked untouched. Clouds drifted lazily across the surface. The ocean sparkled under the sunlight. But there was no movement, no signs of civilization. They entered orbit and began their descent. The cities were intact. Skyscrapers reached into the sky. Streets were lined with vehicles. But there were no people, no animals, not even the sound of the wind. It was as if the planet itself was holding its breath. They landed in the heart of a major city. The human diplomat recognized it immediately. It was New York. The streets were empty. The air was still. They stepped out of the ship cautiously. Their footsteps echoed in the silence. The Allaran scientist scanned the area with his equipment. There are no life signs, he said. But there is something strange. A faint energy signature. It is coming from underground. The team decided to investigate. They found an access point to the city's underground network. The energy signature grew stronger as they descended. The tunnels were dark and cold. The silence was oppressive. Finally, They reached a massive chamber. At its center was a device. It pulsed with a faint blue light. The Xyler engineer approached it cautiously. "This technology is not human," she said. "It is far more advanced." She began to analyze it, her harmonics shifting as she worked. "This device is emitting a field. It appears to have disabled all organic activity on the planet." The team was stunned. How could such a device exist? Who could have built it, and why? As they examined the device, a holographic projection appeared before them. It was a figure. Humanoid, but not human. It spoke in a language none of them recognized. The Xyler engineer quickly adjusted her translator. The message became clear. "To the ones who find this, we are the architects. We have observed humanity for centuries. Their potential is vast, but their path is fraught with danger." This device was activated to prevent an event that would have brought ruin to the galaxy. The projection faded, leaving the team in silence. The human diplomat spoke first, his voice heavy with emotion. "They judged us. They decided our fate without our consent." The team agreed. This was an act of unimaginable arrogance, but the question remained. Could the device be deactivated? The Xyler engineer examined it carefully. "It is possible," she said, "but it will take time." The team worked tirelessly. Days passed as they dismantled the device piece by piece. Finally, the field was deactivated. The silence was broken. Life returned to Earth slowly. Birds began to sing. Leaves rustled in the wind. People emerged from their homes, confused but alive. The team returned to the council with their report. The Alliance was outraged by the actions of the architects, but they also recognized the importance of understanding this new threat. The council vowed to protect its members from such interference in the future. Earth had fallen silent, but it had not been destroyed. Humanity had been given a second chance, and the Alliance had been reminded of the importance of unity. Together, they would face whatever challenges lay ahead. The silence had been broken, but the memory of it would linger forever. The council debated how best to prepare for the possibility of encountering the architects again. Research initiatives were launched to study the remnants of the device. It became clear that the architects operated on a level far beyond the Alliance's current understanding. Their intentions were enigmatic, their actions decisive. The Alliance could not afford to be unprepared if they returned. Meanwhile, on Earth, humanity struggled to comprehend what had happened. Governments worked together to piece together the days of silence. There were stories of people waking in confusion. Memories of the moment the silence began were absent, as if the event had erased time itself. Religious and philosophical debates flourished. Some saw the architects as saviors, others as tyrants. But one thing was certain: humanity would never be the same. In the months that followed, the Alliance grew closer. The incident had shown the value of their unity. New protocols were established to ensure rapid communication and mutual defense. Humanity took steps to rebuild, with the help of their allies. Earth became a hub of innovation and resilience, determined not to waste the second chance they had been given in the final moments of the story. The human diplomat stood before the council once more, his voice steady, his resolve unshaken. "We were judged unfairly, but we will prove them wrong. Humanity will not falter. We will grow. We will learn. And when the architects return, we will be ready." The chamber erupted in applause. The Alliance stood united. The silence of Earth had ended, but its echoes would inspire generations to come.